Everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Your host Superman in the house, and a very big merry Christmas from New Zealand. Obviously, we are first in the world, as you guys know. Australia, New Zealand, places like that down under, and of course, it is currently 12:16 p.m. On the 25th of December. It is Sunday, and of course, a very merry Christmas to you, wherever you are. Hopefully, obviously. It's still well behind that. Still Christmas Eve in America, and of course, and London as well. So if you're in the northern part of the world, still Christmas Eve. But here it is Christmas Day already. It's lunchtime coming up, and I'm doing a quick short Christmas show from New Zealand, welcoming you all, of course, into the Christmas day, as it were. So very cool. And of course, what time is it in LA? It's currently 3:20 in the afternoon on Christmas Eve. New York, it is currently 6:15 in the evening. In New York, London, it is 11:15 in the evening. So it's almost Christmas Day there. And of course, Tokyo, big welcome to Tokyo. It is currently Christmas Day. It is, what time is it there? Pretty early. It is 8:15 in the morning there. So very cool. It's amazing the time gap, isn't it? It's a 21-hour time gap between New Zealand and Los Angeles. So it's a pretty big gap there. But it's Christmas Day. Now I'm doing a quick short show. I don't know, this might be about half an hour or so. I'm gonna be heading off to a family Christmas lunch after this. So wish me well for that. And I wish you well with your family and friends on your Christmas Day. And of course, Christmas Eve, some of those can be pretty spectacular, especially if you've got family and children. Then that can be a very exciting time. You know, get the pillowcases out, or the Christmas socks out, or whatever you're going to be doing with presents, and of course presents around the tree. Lots of fine foods, of course. Was it pork, chicken, turkey, all that good stuff, and of course the big fine dinners out on the table. Was it salads and roast dinners and all sorts of stuff? So it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope and pray that things go super well with your family and friends on special occasions. So very cool. It is a time to forget about your busy year and to really celebrate the loved ones around you. So do encourage that. It's very cool. All right, so we're going to have a quick. We're going to still talk about Hex and of course all the cool projects that we've been talking about, and see how they've been going over the last 24 hours. As you know, we cover that every day. And we're going to be covering it today as well. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got a couple people in the chat there, so let's go to that. And let's see where we are. I just realized my mic's probably not quite set up right, so let me just set up the mic. It's got not the standard settings on it, so let me set that up. Let me get the right mic setting first. Let's push this in. We'll close down some of these other ones that are opened up. Let's go to the setting and let's set that up. Probably change the sound quite a bit now because I've probably got some feedback on the normal settings. So let's get rid of that. So cool. That should be good now. So big shout out to everybody. Let's see who is in the house. We've got Brian in the house there. What's up, folks? Merry Christmas from Brian. Hey, good to see Brian in the house. One of our community leaders. Awesome person. Appreciate that. And we got Toxic Hedgehog as well. I always find it hard to say that name, to be honest. Hog. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. We got Stevie D in the house there. Merry from Steve. Good to see you, Stevie D. Yeah, it's 3:15 p.m. here in Seattle, Great Northwest. So just got your Christmas Eve coming up. So very exciting. Merry Christmas. I have a great day. Says InvestX. You too, InvestX. And yeah, hopefully to talk more about InvestX coming up in the next week or so. We're trying to get around to InvestX. Very cool site. If you haven't checked out InvestX, check it out. Sound is good, says Stevie D. That's great to hear. All right, let's get into a bit of crypto. Before we do that, of course, as a Christian, I celebrate Christmas with the birth of Jesus Christ, of course, and the revelation of God incarnate into man, as it were. And of course, we know about Easter as well, where with the resurrection, and of course, a very powerful thing. So that's what we celebrate. Very exciting, and as our Lord and Savior, and that's what I'll be celebrating at my family dinner, and remembering the birth of Jesus Christ. So that's going to be a lot of fun for me today. Let's get into it, though. We're going to get into crypto and Hex and all the rest of it. We're going to get Bitcoin, $16,873, up 0.25%. We've got Ethereum at 12.21, pretty flat. This has pretty much been the same price around the last couple of days, isn't it? The old ETH. BNB is at $244, and that's down just slightly, 0.6%. Just having a look around everywhere else. Their stable coins are stable. Just a bit of a mixed bag. We haven't seen a big hammer fall as we've been waiting. It didn't happen in November. You just never know when these things are going to happen now. But we've actually had quite a bit of kind of good news, I think. But then, of course, reduced volatility that we've had recently maybe means, crypto doesn't stay that stable for too long. It's either going to go up or down in one direction. So we're going to see how this plays out. But so far, we've had pretty better financial news probably than we expected. Inflation coming back, probably reducing interest rates coming back a little bit there, so maybe not as heavy. And of course, we've also got, but we still have that wild card issue of contagion, which may have not fully played out yet. Maybe that is the catalyst that impacts crypto for that final hammer. We will see. Nothing is inevitable. Let's get over to the Hex chart. Of course, Hex at the moment at 2.238 cents. See lots of stuff on Twitter around about Hex, don't we? People saying, I'm going to buy Hex at this price. I'm going to be selling my Hex at this price. Is Hex what I thought it should be? Is it a store of value? All sorts of stuff out there. But in any case, Hex is still a ticking away with the T-shares. We're still getting paid our sweet Hex. And of course, markets have cycles. They have price cycles. They have bear markets. They have bull markets. They have parabolic prices. And of course, at the moment, it's a pretty nice, attractive price level, 2.238 cents. When will the bottom be? No one really knows what the bottom price is going to be. And of course, people are accumulating. But after at least a 95% plus retreat in the price, it's typically a pretty good zone over a longer term view of the price. So we'll see where people pick that opportunity up. Obviously, it's a bit of a redistribution in volume as well between those that want to get out and those that want to get in. So we have a bit of a change of the guard, which is a good, generally healthy thing and part of what happens when you have a big retrace. Now, at the moment, let's have a look at the last 24 hours. This is the number one pair. I mean, there's four main pairs, two USD pairs, two ETH pairs. And, of course, the last 24 hours, we had 299 buys and 102 sells. And just shows you how many buys we've got is way better, 3 to 1. We used to have 3.5 to 1. The volume at the moment is trying to compete with itself, though. 781,000 sell to 773 buy. So that's kind of where we are on the top pair. This is the top year pair. There's currently $5.6 million in the top liquidity pair at the moment. And the price has been trying to bell itself, really. Let's remove some of this. And let's pull that up. So let's go to the clock today. We've got the low of so far is 2.193. The high is 2.291. So that's kind of where the price range is at the moment. Definitely challenging these previous dips that we had in this chart. And of course, but we do have a downtrend entering here as well. So we're going to have to see, can it actually hold on to this position or is it going to go down low? We will see. I did see, like I say, people on Twitter talking about different price levels. And I also saw people saying they picked up more Hex. So that's kind of cool too. It's just part of that redistribution that we're talking about. We still have all the bullish things coming up into potentially the New Year period, Christmas to New Year, or even further into Q1. We still have the highest of stakes doing the distribution deal. That could be Q1 or Q2. We've still got the Hex conference coming up this and the 6th, I think it's around about 6th to the 9th. We can talk about that later. We've also got, that could have a lot of YouTubers on it. Also, it's also going to have maybe even over 100 YouTubers. We could also, I don't know, are they all around? We'll probably have that many. But we're also going to have Richard Hart as a keynote speaker, and that's going to be very cool. You never know what he might drop. Then it's going to be quite a bit of expectation on that one, but we'll see how that goes. Now, Richard did mention today, this was a few hours ago, he said, I would live stream today, but I'm sick, he says, so he's not too well at the moment. We even got Sandra Beach saying, oh, I feel better soon. Heels vibes coming your way there from Sandra there. So just the way it goes. But good to see, we wish Richard well in his recovery and having a good Christmas day, that's for sure. And certainly looking forward to him at the Hex conference coming up, which will be a bit of fun. So that's going to be cool. That's kind of where we're at the stage. So will this be an opportunity? Will it be even go down a bit lower? We will see. But definitely some people buying. Let's get to the chat and see what people are saying about that. I think we got a couple of comments. Magnus in the house. Happy Christmas, folks. Happy Christmas to you, Magnus. And looking up InvestX now, says DVD. Nice one. And of course, yeah, it's a pretty good site. And they got their own token as well. It's been performing pretty well lately. Hit the like button, says Magnus. Definitely smash the like. Merry Christmas, everyone, from Ted Nelson. And of course, a Hex Token channel member as well. Woo! Good. That's got to be cool. Magnus says, bought 42,000 Hex today. Congratulations, Magnus. I got to give you the old bow down there. That's the old Superman bow down. Well done, Magnus, on that. And of course, a real Hexkin there. All right, yeah, at this price, you're picking up a pretty decent volume, and that's pretty exciting, right? Get those T-shares as well if you're going longer term. That's the other thing you can do. All right, so let's have a look at the Hex Whale over the last wee while and so forth. So let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say, we've got the highest of stakes coming up. We've got the Hex conference, but we've also got Pulsechain at some stage, and we're looking for that Pulsechain testnet V3. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe between Christmas and New Year, or just in the New Year. That'd be pretty cool. It doesn't have to have all the bells and whistles on it, just to be a fork of the proof of stake, maybe with the 0.25% fee in it. That would be pretty fun. Let's look for that, and bullish for Hex, that's for sure. Things can turn around very quickly. You can see millions of dollars flow back into Hex very quickly on the right news. So that's what we're looking forward there as well. All right, so that is pretty much it. I think we covered that. Let's get into Hex Whalebot over the last 24 hours, see how that's been going. Let's look here. We got 1 million here. We had some nice penalties. I think we talked about this yesterday, actually. 3.8 million penalties there. Some really nice penalties over the last 24 hours. What else there? 70 million Hex stake for 38 days. We have lots of those larger holders just staking short term. 10 million Hex stake for 2,169 days. That's what Hex is all about, getting those T-shares. So we've got some people playing the short game. We've got some people playing the long game, and they realize that if they don't get their T-shares now, then in the future, it's going to be hard to get a lot of T-shares, even with 10 million X. And so this is kind of what you're seeing playing out. We've seen quite a few of these T-shares. We also see the Hex HSIs have been very good in terms of getting Hex HSI or T-shares off the market. I'm just giving ballpark number. Haven't seen the latest update number, but let's say something like 800 million, something in that ballpark is how much has gone through the Hex HSI, contract, which is pretty amazing. And if you add the perpetuals and all that Maxion, you're getting up close to 2 billion, aren't you? With the old Hex taken off the market, which is pretty cool. Now that's going to translate further down the line, but that's pretty cool to see that. So what else have we got there? We've got, let me jump here. We've got 1.6 million in staked. Had a bit of penalties in that too, so we're going to get a bit of penalties if we're staking. 435,000 Hex penalty there 18 minutes ago. And how far? We've got half an hour until the end of the day, so we're not quite finished yet. Penalty here, another one, 333,000. Good accounting on this one as well. Good accounting, 247. Looks like we're going to get Christmas presents, and the Christmas presents are going to be Hex. Just the way it goes. It's pretty fun. All right, so cool. That's the cool thing about Hex is that we keep getting these Christmas presents called Hex. And if you're staked your Hex, you're getting their presents. Happy Christmas, Superman, everybody. You too, John Gibbons. Merry Hexmas from Brenton Islick. Good to see you, Brennan. Merry Christmas to you as well. All right, so that is the Whalebot. So we're getting plenty of penalties today. I probably won't be covering the Hex daily stats today because I have to run off, but I will be. I will just jump over there to see what the penalties are at the moment. So let's go do that before we get in to some of the other stuff. Let me just close that down and pull this over. So we got we're on day 1,118, and of course we've got 30 minutes to go. We've currently got 8.3 million in Hex penalties today, so it's a huge day. Merry Christmas, because you're getting a big Christmas present. 50% of these penalties will be going to your Hex daily payouts, which is pretty cool. What else there? The payout is already up to 6.676, and we just saw a few extra penalties top this up just a few minutes ago, so we're half an hour left. So it's another good day in the office there for Hex stakers. And you Hex stakers just keep riding out the price curve, right? And just wait for the next bull market, and then all the stakes come out. This is the way it goes. So it's going to be pretty cool to see that out. Very cool on that one. So good day for us today. Let's jump over to Hedron, have a quick look at Hedron as well. Let me get rid of all the trades there. We've got last 24 hours, we've had 32 buys and 18 sells. So more buyers in the numbers. Pretty similar to Hex in some ways, not quite as strong, but pretty similar. And of course, we've got buyers there, 53K versus 53K. So the volumes there matching themselves out. And we've got the price here. The high of the day is 1,300. The low is 1,218. And the current price is 1,232 with 5 zeros in front of it. So that's the price at the moment. Chilling on this downtrend. We'll see where that goes. And let's actually zoom out a bit further here on this chart. And we can see, let's go to the whole chart there. You can see the whole chart. That is it. Let's go to the weekly, actually. Let's choose the weekly on this chart. I haven't done this for a while, but let's do it. That's the weekly. That's the weekly chart for the Hedron. So definitely we've seen the sell-off down here. Where's it going to bounce off? That's the question, right? You're always looking for the bounce off. So where's this going to bounce off? We will have to wait and see for that. But if we pick up the Fibonacci, let's do a quick Fibonacci on this. I wasn't going to do all this stuff, but oh, that's the wrong one again. I used the wrong one. That's not the one I wanted. I did this stuff yesterday, didn't I? Did I do it yesterday, the day before? I think it did. So what have we got there? So we're down past the 78.6. So we definitely broke down that from the beginning of the run. I guess we could take the run from here. That might make it a little bit different, but that's kind of the run there from the top to the bottom to the top. We're just down past the 78.6. So we just have to wait and see where this is going to end up on this one. We've got no crosses either in the averages yet, so we'll just see where that lies. But at some stage, it's going to turn, right? And that's where the opportunity begins. For the optimal opportunity begins. In any case, if you're staking Hex, you are getting 1 Hedron per B share per day served. Obviously, the more longer you stake, the more Hedron you'll be accumulating. If you were there during the first 100 days, you're still getting the launch bonus as well, which is kind of cool. We are seeing burning happening through the HSI auctions as well. So Hedron is getting burned every day, and that's kind of cool. And I did do an update, the 40-day update video yesterday. If you saw that, it shows you the whole 40 days. And that was from I think Dev Huey. And that was very insightful on how much had been burned. Not as much as I thought would be burned, but it's still, still burning. And we'll probably have a lot more burning in the future, perhaps with less minting. So it just depends on how much minting is expected to come out. But I imagine a lot has come out already. There is a lot of 10x bonuses in some of those big accounts, though. We've got a lot of dolphins, a lot of sharks, and a lot of squids. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, so cool. That is the Hedron. Let's get over to the airdrops. So if you want to find the airdrops free claims, they're in the Discord link, and the Discord link's on top of the video description. And of course, you can find those under the Pulsechain chat. We have two chats, Richard Hart chat, and then the Pulsechain chat. We separate them out for obvious reasons. And of course, in the Pulsechain chat, we have the airdrops free claims that we know of at the moment that you may be able to qualify for. So you can check those out. But in any case, everybody qualifies for Zen because it is a free mint. Basically, you can mint it. You'll just have to pay the ETH fees or the gas fees. It's on 10 chains, stuff like that. Now, they're having a big deal. We've got two big deals here, Zen and Weight Token. They both got cool things happening with them. So we're going to talk about both those briefly. Zen at the moment is currently at 2,865, holding up pretty well here on the hourly. Let's have a look at the daily. This thing might do some pretty spectacular things in the within the coming days, actually. So they're looking to launch potentially Zen NFTs after Christmas, maybe between the 27th and 29th. And this could have some pretty profound impact on this huge inflation and, of course, the price. So what's happening here is that the Zen NFTs, there's 3 different categories, multiple NFTs, but it's the I think it's called the Apex category. That is the big one. They potentially 15.5 trillion could be burned through those NFTs if they're all taken up. 15.5 trillion. You heard that right. At the moment, there's about 2.2 trillion in supply. We're probably expecting a couple of 100 billion coming out in the next couple of days, out to the 29th, which may get us up to maybe 2.5, 2.6 trillion in circulating supply. Quite a bit of that's locked into the exchanges as well. But that being said, is that these NFTs are like up to 15.5 trillion. There's no supply for that. Even if we go out all the way out to August next year, that gets us up to about 10 trillion. We've still got 15.5 trillion that could go through the just that top category of ZNFT burns. And of course, like I said to you, they're kind of like futures contracts with the underlying asset being able to trade part of the future of it. So a little bit like the ownership tokens of the perpetuals, a bit like that too. You have to sort of factor that in and trade it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that market. I think they're also going to be looking at a third phase of development as well, potentially with loaning against those NFTs. So that could be big too. So we'll be watching this as a pretty interesting experiment. Remember, this is more of a medium of exchange. That's what the white paper says about Zen. More of a medium of exchange as opposed to Hex, which is, like Bitcoin, trying to be like a more of a store of value. So it's that old store of value versus medium of exchange kind of separation. So we're going to see how this goes. It's at 2,865 is where the price is at the moment. Will we get a big rally in the next couple of days on this chart? Could it be pretty silly? We don't know. There are a lot of people, obviously, we've got 2.5, maybe we have about 2.5 trillion in supply. A lot of that's stuck on exchanges. How many people will take up the ZNFT mints and then burn large amounts? So, like I said, it's up to 15.5 trillion of all of the 10,000, I think it's called Apex category. If they get used, it'll be pretty crazy. So we'll see how this goes. And of course, Jack Levin has been getting pretty excited that he's got here Zen NFT rocket is almost ready for the launch. Who is coming with us? So we're watching, looking forward to see how this plays out. Now, crypto's full of gamification, tokenomics, and some experiments. We're going to be watching this experiment pretty closely. Like I said too, it's a possible play longer term, but these Zen NFTs could change the game over the next 12 months. Because even after a 1 year of operation as NFT, there's only going to be 10 trillion if based on the current numbers that will be minted by that time. So we'll see. Now, it could be higher. Obviously, if people are doing a lot of short-term mints in addition to the stuff that we know about at the moment, it could be a higher amount, and it could pull in the amount of Zen that we have by a certain time. But still, at 15.5 trillion is going to be picked up. If it is in big demand, then it's going to be some crazy stuff. But certainly out of the gate, if they launch within the 27th to 29th window, we could see some pretty spectacular demand. We'll see how that goes. It's all speculation, but it's going to be fun to watch. Now, the code here, audit code changes to sent to the audit for review. This 4 hours ago. Proud of my team, he says. So he only had one really issue that he had to fix in the audit. Looks like he's done that and sent it back for tick off. So we'll see how that goes. What else there? I think he posted this on the 24th. I'm excited. Are you excited? And of course, so they're getting pretty close to launching these NFTs. It's going to be fun to see this play out. Now, I've done a couple of videos on this. Obviously, this is a possible play, and of course, a medium exchange play. But in the short term, we might have some probable stuff here. So there's a bit of excitement coming up. Probably the most in terms of the short term, would have this one coming up in the next couple of days. And then, of course, we're still waiting for Hex with Pulsechain Testnet V3. That could be the next excitement thing coming out over this sort of Christmas, New Year period. We're looking for that too, with a bit of hopium based on the KDP Power City substantiated rumor. So we're waiting for that. That could be the next thing. We'll get one after another landing. And then, of course, after that, we've also got potentiality for the Coast as well. You heard it here, right? There's a Coast launching. It's a fiat on-ramp, particularly to buy USDC, and of course then buy Hex with it, things like that on the ETH chain in preparation for the Pulsechain. So that's going to be awesome. It'll be one of our 4 native tokens with the CST stablecoin coming on the Pulsechain as well. So we've got a lot of cool things lining up. And in any case, some of these projects, they're widening the audience, right? So they're widening the audience, pulling in new people, and those people could particularly flow into Pulsechain, right? So really, when you look at these projects, zoom out and think about how these are going to impact Pulsechain. So the more people that are touching these sort of satellite projects, the more that will potentially come into Pulsechain ecosystem because they'll all have that communication line and go, hey, what's happening here? Zen's on Pulsechain. Coast is on Pulsechain. Weight is on Pulsechain. So this is how it all plays out. So we've got all these satellite projects sitting around outside here. Obviously with Hex and its ecosystem as well, and then you've got all these things all have eyes on Pulsechain. They all get to hear about it, right? So if these guys are expanding out, for example, if Pulse Bitcoin's expanding into India, we've got more people from India going to hear about Pulsechain, right? If we got more people in China minting Zen, for example, we've got more people potentially coming into Pulsechain, right? So this is how it's all going to play out and it's very, very cool. All the little tentacles are starting to filter out into the bigger game, the longer game, the Pulsechain game, which is coming up in the future. So it's going to be pretty cool when it does happen. You got to remember, there's nothing else really this big in crypto coming up next year, and particularly in the economic environment that we may have. Pulsechain is going to be the shining light, particularly if it launches before May. Say May. We'll just target May for the time being. It might be earlier, so we'll see. So even if we're targeting May, it's going to bode pretty well. Now it may come out in April. We'll see. Obviously, we've got the Shanghai fork, and of course we've got the V3 license and stuff like that hanging out there. Most of those are probably optional, but we'll see how the team manages those. So it's kind of cool. All right, so we're going to look forward to that. The other airdrops that's going on at the moment is the Way token. And of course, I just briefly talked about that too. That's currently sitting at just over 0.2 of a penny. But this could have a lot of intrinsic value if fees start coming through from this Fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, or something like that. I don't know how they're going to be doing the tokenomics, but if anything like that happens, that's going to be pretty bullish for this price. Most people are waiting, of course, with the Way token, but it is claimable. There are 8 different sacrifices to claim it. That's pretty much it. Poor pleb. Poor pleb is kind of cool. It's for the poor pleb. It's not really doing much. It's at 2,659 near the bottom of the range. I'm not too sure about this one, what the team is going to be doing with this one. So we'll see how this goes. It's a very small play, a couple bucks per claim. See how it goes in the future. So if we get more interesting strategic news about this, we'll probably talk about it a bit more. So that's kind of it for the airdrops. Let's get into ACOSA. And here, I forgot to talk about ACOSA auctions when I talked about Hedron, so we'll just jump back there for a second. We've got 4,583 in the liquidation queue. Definitely getting a lot more coming through, aren't we? Let's have a look at the number in the auctions. We've got 126 today. It's a big jump in today's auction numbers. Let's have a look at some of these. We've got heaps of 300,000s about to close. Oh, they've all just been won, actually, for around about 2.8 billion for these 300,000 ones. That's kind of cool. What else we got going on there? 124,000. We've got lots of those in play. Let's have a look here. Just scrolling through some of these. Just looking for some really big ones here. Let's go through. There's lots up for grabs for everybody, if they, depending on what how big your purchase book is, your auction book is. That's kind of cool. That's page 1. Let's go to page 2. We haven't had page 2 for a while. We've always there's only been about 40 to 60 or something floating around, but we tell you we've got 126. Let's look here. I'm just scrolling through. 81,000 there. Let's have a look here. 200,000 there. So pretty cool on this one here. So 126 up for grabs. There's something there for you. You can check it out. People have been picking up these HSIs for about 30% discount. So good luck to people out there. So that is a bit of a wrap up there. I forgot to talk about the HSIs, but that's pretty much it. We're going to get into the talk of the town though. Before we do that, I got the phone ringing, so I'm going to have to come back to that later. But in any case, let us get into some of the comments. We've got a couple other people in the house. So let's say hello to them. Who else here? Before we get into Pulse Bitcoin, let's get in the top here. Let's get in the top of here. So let me just let's have a look at some of this. Just a moment. We've got some of that. So crazy stuff going on there. Just a moment. And what do we got here? John, yeah, I got up to John, didn't I? Sandy Beach in the house there. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Merry Christmas to you. What else we got? Let's look here. We've got hi, Superman. Merry Christmas to your good self and family, and everyone have a fab day. Scotland there. John Gibbons in the house there. Has volume been low recently on Hex? Yeah, it has been low, which is typically a bullish sign, John. So once we get through that phase, that is. Let's see if Rochelle keeps his word on buying millions of dollars worth of Hex if it sees a penny. Yeah, well, that's still out there as a bit of a wild card at the moment, their Pulse player. Let's see if he's a man of his word. Yep. What else there? Merry Christmas, everybody. I love you, all of you, says Bob Wells. Hey, nice one, Bob. I did see a tweet from you earlier in the day. So good one, Bob. Magnus in the house there with the prayers. Hello, Brian. Thank you, says Sandy Beach. Best community in crypto by far, says Bob Wells. And John Gibbons as well. Agreed. Brian says, you're welcome, Sandy. Did you see the longer clip I posted? You guys are doing some video clips, if I remember. So big shout out to you. Pulse player in the house there. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Bob Wells as well. I'm off to get cleaned up. Cheers all. Hey, you have a good day, Bob. And I'll pop back in when I can. Nice one, Bob. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. I resemble that remark, says Bob. Nice one. We've got Refined in the house. Merry Christmas. Woohoo! Hey, good to see you, Refined. What else there? We've got Brennan as well. ASIC and PLSB has been a nice Christmas present, says Brennan. Yeah, we're about to talk about that. You can see the charts themselves look pretty amazing. Sandy Beach says, I want to dance like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool dancing, isn't it, on that video with the African dancing there. I guess was he trying to look like a bit of a bird with the fast foot movement? Can't stop watching that dance, says John. Yeah, it's pretty addictive, that's for sure. Merry Christmas all. We'll catch up while hanging out with the dog in the park. Hey, Sam, always a pleasure. And I hope you have a really great day there, Sam. Living on Crypto says, happy Christmas, guys. Good luck for 2023. Absolutely. And Bobfish King says, a Superman working Christmas morning. What a champion. Yeah, what a champion. Hey, well, look, I said to you, man, consistency. I was going to do my best to live stream every single day. So let's see how we go. You still have a landline, Superman. It is a rotary phone. Yeah, it's my sister's phone. So just the way it goes. Happy Christmas, Superman. Love Queenstown. Got married and lived there for 5 years. Have a nice day. Hey, Quiet Achiever, you too. Queenstown is the thumbnail. So if you see the thumbnail, that is a thumbnail of Queenstown. And near the bottom of the South Island, not quite the bottom, but near the bottom of the South Island. It's a pretty beautiful place. It's where a lot of the tourists go, a lot of the wealthy people go. And it's pretty expensive to live there, but it's a fun place. Got lots of really crazy stuff there, like bungee jumping and gondolas and all sorts of stuff, jet boating. You can imagine it's a bit of a paradise down there. What else there? Happy Christmas, Superman. So that's pretty cool. We got producer Michael's in the house here. James Bond sends his best Christmas wishes. Nice one there, producer Michael. And Merry Christmas all. Superman needs an award for the most dedicated RH ecosystem YouTuber. Thanks, bud. Have a good one. There says Monkey Face. Hey, you're welcome. 5555. You have a great Christmas day too, and appreciate the sentiments there. Christmas Hex Token pump incoming, says producer Token. Yeah, well, it's I think the Hex chart's going to move when people, when you get that max pain, and then people will get caught off guard, because once it decides to move up in a significant way, it locks people out from getting that cheap amounts. That's going to happen at some stage. It's just when it happens, right? Merry Christmas all here from Thailand, says PLSD Thailand. Hey, good to see you, PLSD. And very cool. Let's get into it, folks. We got. I'm going a bit longer than I was going to go. We'll probably go for a little bit longer. We're going to get into PLSB here. Pulse Bitcoin. It has had a rally, and of course, I think the whales have inverted commas punished the ones that were trying to sell down the price. And of course, we saw that down here, and it has rallied from $1.66 all the way up to today of a high of $2.62 for Pulse Bitcoin. Currently at $2.41. Now, Wolverine was basically saying to people, buy and hold. If you want this thing to get big and huge in the future, buy and hold. And obviously, there's a lot of trust involved in the markets, because markets don't operate like that, right? Markets operate in up and downs and all sorts of stuff as people enter and exit. But different news comes out, different rumors come out, and that's just the way the markets go. Different liquidity amounts, all sorts of stuff going on. But at the moment, they have a small market. They have, about 4,500 holders of Pulse Bitcoin or something like that. Can't remember it now. But it's basically, if you can get the word out and get people into a culture of holding, then you might get some aspirational prices to hold up here. We'll see. We're watching that. It's very hard to do that sort of thing. But we'll see. At the moment, of course, that's a pretty good payday, $2.41 for Pulse Bitcoin. We got also a Pulse Dogecoin. Pulse Dogecoin here is at $7.32. I remember there's only about 2.6 million of these. There was 6.1 million, so it's gone down a lot. What was it, 56% was it burn through the transform page, which is transform, which you can see is finished now. Now it's got to stand on its own 2 feet as a meme coin, and of course competing, in my view, with the tokens in the other ecosystem. So we'll see how this goes. Now, if everyone's not selling these, and there's more buyers, then it's going to go up, right? So it's kind of the idea, I think, that Wolverine's trying to get to people. Just keep mining, hodling, and if we all do it together, then the price can go up and away. And the higher the price goes, people in crypto love green candles and they buy more. That's basic logic. So that's we'll see how we go. Anyway, at the high of the day, it's been $8.18. We're currently at $7.32. Let's have a look at the ASIC token as well. ASIC token there. Man, look at this thing. Woohoo! Hot doggity dog. Now, I have been saying for several weeks that this seemed to me to be the higher price one. I've had discussions with a few chaps on the Discord and agreed that ATMs and ASICs seem to probably be the highest value in terms of where they should go. It's particularly if they're being used to mine Pulse Bitcoin, mine Pulse Litecoin, and you can't get them anymore except through ATMs, and there's not that many ATMs, relatively speaking. That being said, that narrative can break down if people favor Pulse Bitcoin eventually. But at the moment, I kind of have ATMs, ASICs, and then a battle between Pulse Bitcoin and Pulse Dogecoin. But it does seem that at the moment that's currently favoring Pulse Bitcoin just recently. Now, this candle's obviously a couple of days old. We'll have to see how they hold up over a longer period of time. But since the transform finished, the market has rallied. And that's what you'd want to see. You want to see the whales push this up too. They want to get rid of weak hands, but they want to also grow the ecosystem. So we'll see how that goes too. Now, we've got to remember with all these projects that are in here, they're all got the Pulse in it, the Pulsechain, and that we're looking at the bigger the community they get, the more of these people will hear about this on Pulsechain because they're all going to get a copy on Pulsechain. So the more users they attract, if they're targeting India, and the more potential people that can be hear about Pulsechain. If they're targeting South Korea, whatever countries they're doing, the more people that can hear about Pulsechain. So this will have secondary, effects on that. The bigger they get, the more influence that Pulsechain will have as well. And that's a good thing, right? More people using it. That's what we want. World global domination of crypto. That's pretty much it. So that is there. Let's have a quick look at Wolverine. Wolverine is kind of like the de facto founder influencer. It is now he's got brand new Pulse Bitcoin contest starts today. Objective: onboard the country of India into Pulse Bitcoin with high quality cultural videos and memes. 3 prizes that total 10,000 Pulse Bitcoin shall be distributed from my own wallet there. These are some massive prizes. Massive prizes. So you already gave out the big one. And of course, that was 10,000 Pulse Bitcoin. Now he's doing 3 prizes of 10,000. This is pretty crazy stuff there. So that is pretty much it. If you want to participate, I will copy the link in the chat there if you want to check that out. Definitely let's have a look at that one. Let's see who else is in the house there. We've probably got a few more people. We got up to Dan Dog Crypto. Merry Christmas. Do not forget Pulse Zen, says Dan Dog Crypto. And a PLSD girl says Merry Christmas from Thailand. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, PLSD girl. And of course, isn't this a great Christmas present? Those charts are looking pretty good. Christian says, hello, familia. Good to see you, Christian. And appreciate your comments in the Discord yesterday, I think it was, or today. That was pretty nice. So thanks, Christian. Very cool. All right, let's move on. I think where we're up to 38 minutes. I am doing a shorter show today, just to let you guys know. But we have, just coming back to Hex Daily Stats, very good today. This is your Christmas present today. 8.3 million in penalties, giving the Hex payout per T-share 6.676. Yes, folks, that is your Christmas present underneath the Christmas tree. That's pretty much it. All right, so let's get over to the Hex conference. This is coming up, and this is by Matty Allen, of course, a well-known Hex Pulsechain influencer on YouTube. And, of course, he runs pretty much runs the Hex conferences. There has been other people that have tried, but definitely this is the one that is the big one and consistent. Hexconference.com 2023. Now, I do note that he's getting better at these every year. It takes a lot of work, right? It takes a lot of work to do these things. And because, you learn while you do it as well, don't you? You learn while you do it, and you get better and better and better. And these have definitely been getting better. Hexconference.com 2023, hexpo.online. And, of course, with Richard Hart and the best. To see that, the best of 100 plus Hex crypto YouTubers. January the 6th to the 9th of 2023. 5 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 1 p.m., all these different times, BT, CT, ET, UTC. So there we are. And it's free. How about that? It's free. Free. Everyone likes free. That's pretty much it. Even rich people like free stuff, right? Even rich people like free stuff. All right, so 3rd annual hexconference.com. It's from this January the 6th to January 9th, 4 days. Going to be pretty cool. And Richard Hart will be keynote speaker there, has been confirmed for that. Richard Hart, founder of Hex, own the world's largest diamond. He is going to be there. Also, Audrey DeGray, longevity expert, is going to be there. And, of course, there's going to be other speakers as well. 160 invites. So you'll probably see all your favorite YouTubers in the space, from Crypto Coffee to to I don't know who else is out there. Is it just him? Maybe it's just him. I don't know. I just got a brain freeze. Is it just him? I think it is just him. No, it's not. It's not just Crypto Copy. Damn you, Crypto Copy, you dominator. No, just kidding. Is it going to be My Life is Awesome? Is he going to be there? Hope so. Hope to see him there. Who else are we going to have? We're going to have a few others in there. I'm sure there'll be a few others. Let me know in the chat there who else will be there. Who else will be there? Who will be there? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to pull up the list. Let's go on Hex. We have got on our useful links. We've got this cool site, which is pretty cool. Let me pull that up so I can rattle off some YouTuber names while we're here. We might as well do it. We're Christmas Day after all. Let me go. Where's the link here? The Pulse Tube. Let's go to the Pulse Tube. Let's pull that up because that's got all the YouTubers on it. Let's pull up the Pulse Tube and have a look at some of the YouTubers that have, spread the word, pretty much spread the word. So let's have a look here. All right. Where have we got here? We've got all these YouTubers on here. This is a great site, isn't it? thepulsetube.com. And I love the person that supports this is I love the fact that he's neutral on things. I love that. That's so cool. We've got so many people. How am I going to go through all channels? Let's go to all channels. We've got all these channels by A, B, C, D, etc. They're all here. And let's have a look here. We're going to have a look at under 1,000 subs. Let's do that. Let's go through that. We've got lots of ones. I'm just going to jump through some of these. We've got all these channels that are under 1,000 subs, but they're out there. DeFi, Sexy Ladies, Hex Foodies. They're out. Some of these may be at the conference. You just know who else there? Korean Investor. I'm just looking at some that I actually know and some I don't know. J Everything here, Free Pulse, Black Crypto there, Secret App, Power City. There's Heinz Crypto there. Heinz Crypto is almost at 1,000 there. It only needs 15 more subs. So there we are. You can go sub to him if you haven't. So there's all the ones. Let's have a look at the ones that are over 1,000 but under 5,555. We should know a lot more of these as well. Jory Hex there. Jory doing a great job on Twitter as well. So some of these, they're YouTube influencers. Some of them are Twitter influencers. They won't show up in here. Some of them are on TikTok. Some of them are Instagram influencers. So there's different types of influence out there, all spreading the good word of Hex and Pulsechain. We've got Nate Stakes in there. We've got Crypto Stylist. Haven't seen her for a while. Crypto Stylist is definitely out there. She's amazing. She's definitely out there doing stuff. So this is the way. Always doing incredible stuff for the Hex community. Really good stuff there from Hex is the way. This is the way there. Was it Hex is the way? Maybe it's another channel. In any case, we've got lots of people in there. Let's have a look at A-Bit Hex, of course. Hex Ray Vision. Serena Alonzi. She's great as well. Who else in there? KG, Dipcatcher, KSB TV, SJ Wild doing all the sci-vibe from Richard Hart. So big shout out to SJ there. Hexy Club, so many. Crypto Sloth, the Pulse Abides, Matty Crypto, RH Maxi, Jenkins there, Diamond Hands, Motley Investors. I mean, there's so many. Cabana Crypto, Jim Rat Crypto, Magic Cup, Right, Fashion Coder. So Fashion Coder out there doing the thing. And Funding, Jim, David Feder, Max and Broadcast, Jake Sharp, Crypto Sparbook, all of these below 5555s, all doing a great job. So throw your support there. But then there's all the big channels above 5555. And there's going to be lots of them there as well. But they don't have a little thing for this one, so I don't know what that would be. But there's lots of different channels out there as well. So we're going to see a lot of those play up. And we'll probably see maybe Gerardo there. Maybe we might see who's the other guy that's on that channel, Gerardo. And oh man, brain freeze. But there's heaps of YouTubers going to be there. It's going to be crazy. So look forward to all your favorites as well. All right, so that is pretty much the Hex conference. So that's coming up, and it's free to watch. You can already, get yourself notified of the show when it comes up. So definitely check that out. I'll post the link in the chat there as well. Let's see who else has arrived. Let's see who else has arrived in the chat there. And what else are we going to get there? We got definitely hit the like, says Christian. Definitely hit the like. High stakes Hexes in house. Suitman gonna give it to you. Christmas style. Merry Christmas, Suitman. Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas Hexmas from Sandy Beach. What else there? We got Dirty Paws. Merry Christmas, one and all, definitely. What else there? We got Sandy. Maddie is awesome. Yeah, I love the Hex conferences. Yeah, they're really great. A great way of pulling the people together, and of course getting the good word out there as well. They're very well watched as well, so it's going to be fun. I always look to see his changes, how he changes things. and how he's learning from it too. That's always also something I always watch. Hex Token in the house is Sandy Beach. Yes. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on there yet. I've still not decided. My window's closing probably for that. Shrimps will be on the barbecue today. Woo! Put another shrimp on the barbie there, Brennan. Enjoy your hangi in Kiwiland. We won't. I'm not doing a hangi. You know how long you have to prep all the hangi food. Then you have to dig a big hole. You have to get the hot coals and then you have to get some wire baskets, and you have to get all that silver paper, wrap all your hangi up and put it in there. It takes hours. It takes hours for a good hangi. So no, I won't be doing that. I'm not even sure if anyone does that on residential, so we'll see. But I appreciate it. Hangi food's pretty tasty. It's kind of like a hot coal food. You put all the dirt back over and stuff like that, I think it is, and then it takes a couple of hours to cook, but it is pretty fabulous when it's ready. Sometimes it can be a little smoky, but it's pretty tasty. Made some coquito and it is ready to be drank, says Kristen. Nice. Jim Rat Crypto in the house. Merry Christmas, family. I didn't mention Jim Rat Crypto. He'll probably be at the Hex conference, dropping bombs everywhere. Hey, good to see Jim Rat Crypto at the house. What a great Christmas gift behind for us to get him to 1,000. Yeah, he's only 15 subs away from 1,000. That'd be pretty cool. So if you want to check him out, Heinz Crypto on YouTube, throw him a subscriber. RG3 gave me the nicest compliment on FN Hangout. Yeah, that was yesterday, right, Sandy Beach? I did watch a little bit of that. It was pretty late night there. So nice one there, Sandy. Merry Christmas and happy Pulse year from Academiciated. Hey, Merry Christmas to you as well. Sandy Beach says, I hope Hex soldiers will be there, says Sandy Beach. And of course, what's a hangi? Hangi is a way of making food. It's we have the native people of New Zealand. They're called Maori people, and they make hangi food. And basically, it's cooked under the ground. They leave it there for a couple hours, and you have like chicken and potatoes and kumara. It's like a roast dinner, really, but it's cooked under the ground, typically on hot coals and hot rocks, and takes a bit of a prep there. Now, most of the time, Maori people, or traditional Maori people, in any case, will live on what we call maraes. That's kind of their own private land, and they have marae on there. The maraes have got their own cultural heritage. It's pretty cool. You can check out some photos on YouTube. You'll be able to, or on Google. You'll see like that's got some pretty cool. I think Maori culture stands out pretty hardcore. It's kind of cool actually. So definitely check that out. No hangi. Oh man, I love them. Good tugger, says Brandon. Yeah. No hangi today. You can. I think there are fast foods places that do kind of hangi. I'm not sure how good it is because it probably takes a little while to come out from the. If they are doing it traditionally, then it will take a little while to get to the fast food front shop. So I'm not sure. I have seen a shop that does hangi though. We'll see. You can sub to Heinz Crypto there. So there's the link there if you want to sub to Heinz Crypto. We're coming up to 48 minutes. Definitely longer than I was going to live stream because, hey, I've got to go off to family life Christmas lunch here soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so cool. That is pretty much where we are at the moment. Hex at the moment is on sale still. And we've got the Christmas Eve sale has gone into Christmas Day. We've extended it, and we may end up extending it up to the old Boxing Day sale as well. Who knows? We'll see how we get on. But at some stage, Hex is going to turn, and then people will miss out on the opportunity. So at some stage, that will happen. And we'll be here live because we're streaming every day. We'll cover it eventually. We will be on the day that it does actually hit its bottom in the bear, and we'll be able to talk about that. And then bygones will be bygones. Parties will be sung. People will sing across the world. We'll be sipping sweet champagne, and of course, Pulsechain. Things are going to be very different once Pulsechain launches, and we've got the whole Pulsechain ecosystem with stablecoins, fiat on-ramps, the best of DeFi, a huge, ginormous growing community. So obviously Hex is quite big now, but you can imagine becoming one of the dominant 5 communities in the world. I really think that that's where Pulsechain is going to be heading to. We'll be up in the top there with the Shibs and the other people out there as well, dominating the community in crypto and sucking in the vortex of people into that community. It's going to be pretty epic. All right, so looking forward to it. I mean, look how many communities have like a Hex conference this with potentially 100 to 150 YouTubers. I don't know any. Do you know any? Maybe Bitcoin about it. I know, and even those Bitcoin conferences aren't that well attended, from what I can tell. Although I must say, Miami is still the capital of crypto. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. So that is pretty much a highlight there, folks. We're having a bit of fun here. We've certainly got a lot in store for us potentially over the end of Christmas period through to the new year. Like I say, with the Zen NFT launch, with the potentially Pulsechain testnet V3 launch, potentially the Coast Fiat on-ramp ETH, which is going to be end up on Pulsechain, and potentially one of our 4 native tokens, stable coins on there. So we have got quite a bit of stuff happening potentially over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's going to be fun to see that play up. All the best, everybody. It might be a late Christmas present, but it's coming. It's coming. All right. What else have we got? The Sapper says the wet Hessian smell is unique. That is true. That is true. That is true about that. Talking about Hangy there. Merry Christmas, Hexagon, says Mikey B. Moon Runner says Merry Christmas to all as well. Have an awesome day, Hex Token. You too, Sandy Beach. I think we're going to wrap up there. I think that's probably a good place to finish. Like I say, the last Christmas present we're going to have, the day has ticked over on day 119 has ticked over. So we're 118 will be out later on, but I won't be covering it because I'm going to wrap up now. I do have to head off and I have to travel a little bit. So this is the way it's going to be. Once again, Merry Christmas to everybody. I really do appreciate support on the channel as well every single day. Big shout out to all the YouTubers and influencers in the space, and keep up the great work. We're going to have a good time coming into New Year's party. So the next big thing coming up. And of course, next year's, I think, despite all the challenges ahead, I think that we have got the best thing coming up with Pulsechain. And of course, I can't think of a better community to be in, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun. The Sapper says, thanks for the positive vibe. It means a lot to many. Hey, the Sapper, you're welcome, man. And of course, Christian says, best gift would be a Pulsechain launch. Yeah. Ryan says, everybody be safe this Christmas and chill X to all friends and family. Get them in Discord for any onboard help you need. Yeah, that's the way to go. Good karma to you, says the Sapper. Hey, you're welcome. All right, as we say, I'm going off to my Christmas lunch here. I wish you all well with your family and friends at your Christmas day. And, of course, I hope you get a few cool presents as well. As I always say, God bless you all. And, of course, I as a Christian, I'll be celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. So that's what I'll be doing at my Christmas day. All the very best of the rest of the year. We got Sandy Beach says 2023 will be so bright. It will be. Patricia Steer says, hi and Merry Christmas, Superman. All your information, your energy positive. You're really amazing. I appreciate it, Patricia. And may you also have a great day as well, Patricia. Don't drink and drive, people. Yeah, definitely don't drink and drive. That's true. All right, take care, everybody. Where should we leave it on here? We'll leave it on the Hex chart. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. And I'm going to play out some cool music on the way out. Let's do it. All right, bye. Peace out.